Hi, my name is Brandon Wood. I am going to make a video here about reception, especially for Jackson, South Carolina. That's where I went to basic training and to reception 120th AG. Um, if you have any questions after this, feel free to comment or shoot me a message. I'll answer it. So here we go. Some of the questions I had. We're going to start from the beginning, most basic. You're going to be at your MEPS unit, wherever you're leaving from. I left from Sacramento, California. I flew into Phoenix, and from Phoenix, I flew into Georgia, and from there, we had a 3 hour bus ride up to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and we arrived at about 11 p.m. Eastern Time. From there, you get off the bus. Drill sergeant comes on. He's not your real drill sergeant that you're going to have during your basic, but you'll have him for about 3 to 5 days. You'll get to meet and greet him. He'll yell at you on the bus. Nothing like you think it's going to be, or like you've seen on TV. He'll say, "Get off my bus," blah, blah, blah. And you'll head into a giant classroom where they'll disperse your blue book, your skills one book, and let you know the rules and regs. You'll get to watch a video on contraband, and then from there you'll have time to let's see. From there you'll go to the amnesty box, which is if you brought anything that would be considered contraband, tobacco, marijuana, any sort of medications, because medications aren't allowed. Anything like that, you're going to put in the amnesty box. They're not going to know who put it in there or for what reason. So if you have anything, I forgot I had some candy left in my bag. Candy's contraband. You're going to want to put that in there. They're going to be yelling at you the whole time to hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up. Take your time. Go through your bag. Make sure everything's out. Because after that, you go into a big workout area, a big room, and you're going to dump your bag, and the drill sergeant's going to inspect it to make sure. They'll threaten you with Article 15s. They'll threaten you with, you're going to get in trouble if you do this. We'll kick you out of the military if you have anything left over. I didn't see that happen. I don't think that happens unless they actually catch a lot of stuff. So just make sure that you're covered. Take your time in the amnesty room, because it's a room where you'll be able to shut the door. No one will be able to see what you're doing, and it's the last bit of privacy you'll have. So use it to your advantage. From there, let's see. You'll go to night issue. Since we got there so late at night, by the time that we actually were done with everything and we're about to go back to our bay to get about 15 or 20 minutes of sleep for the day, it didn't happen because people didn't sign in fast enough on their clipboards. So we had to go straight upstairs, change into our PTs, and come back down for the new day. We had to line up in formation. They'll give you a platoon. Mine was platoon 80, and they will give you a number that you are in the platoon, such as 53, which was my number. So I was 80th platoon, number 53. They'll teach you how to count it off. Just make sure you line up in order. If you don't know where to line up, ask somebody. Make your life a lot easier. You're going to have a bunch of fuck-ups that are there, and they're going to fuck you guys up. So you might be down in the front leading rest position, which is the push-up position, for those of you who don't know. Not fun. They're not going to smoke you in reception. They're not allowed to. From what I hear, they can make you write essays, but I didn't see that while I was there. We did get to be put in the front leading rest position and do like 15 push-ups. So it's nothing, but it sucks. They will fuck with you when you're sleeping over the intercoms if you guys are being dumbasses. But reception is easy, It's just the sleep deprivation that is the hardest. We went 42 hours before we got our first sleep. But from the time we got there to clothing issue and all that other good stuff, it was 42 hours. Almost 43, but I'm going to say 42 hours before we actually got to get into our bunks and go to sleep. So get as much sleep as possible while you're on the plane or bus or whatever. Sleep. You're going to need it. Let's see. The bays there, they're shit. At least in the 120th, Fort Jackson. They're nasty. They're old. They're falling apart. You can feel how they're like leaning in. It's ridiculous. You're not going to care. Just make sure you mop it at least once. Drill sergeants never came up and inspected. Your wall lockers you can throw your shit into because they don't care. So don't worry about that. Formations, I already went over. Just make sure you're lined up in formation. You'll get a number, roster number. They know you're going to fuck up. Just figure it out quick. Chow, you're going to go to the DFAC, which is literally 100 yards up from... I was in Charlie Company, which is the farthest away. It's like 100, 200 yards away. So, I mean, it's DFAC. You'll think the food's good, and after a while the smell will get to you. It's not good. I mean, it is what it is. Watered down food. You'll see. CIIP. That is clothing issue. Where you get ACUs, boots, everything else. Everything that you will need during basic training, clothing-wise, you will receive at CIIP. Your first night that you're there, you'll receive PTs, some towels, underwear, all the essentials that you'll need that you need every single day before you get your ACUs. You will get in night issue your very first day. I think your third day in reception, you will get your ACUs. We got them early in the morning. It just depends what platoon you're in, what schedule you have. So it's completely up to the drill sergeant how they have it worked out that day, but you'll get everything there. Make sure you don't lose anything. Make sure everything is correct on your paperwork because you will owe money if you end up turning your clothes in and you don't have everything. And it's not cheap. Especially the boots. Don't lose your boots. You get 2 pair of summer boots, 1 pair of winter boots. Don't lose them. They're like $150 a pair. So don't lose them. A big question I had is cell phones. Are cell phones allowed in reception before basic training? The answer is yes. They tell you not to use them, but they know everybody uses them. I recommend finding a bunk that has a plug next to it, which I did, so I can have my cell phone charging all the time. For example, just to make you feel a little bit better, drill sergeant, we lined up at night for the last roll call. She said, go upstairs and say goodbye to your families for the last time. Use your cell phones, talk, but lights out at 2100. So she knew we were using our phones. It was last night before we shipped off to basic training. It's just the way it was. So they know that you have cell phones. Just don't use them. Don't carry them. Carry them. Okay, they're going to tell you to lock them up. I recommend carry them with you at all times because stuff will disappear while you're in reception. So make sure that you have it on you, but it's on silent or it's off. But once you get back and you're on personal time, talk away. They're not going to be mad at you. Ship out day is easy. You're going to load up your bags and you're going to ship to basic training. You get on a bus. Your face is going to be in your PC, which is your hat. And they're going to be fucking screaming at you. You're going to be riding on a bus ride, which should only take 5 minutes. It's going to take about 20 minutes. Just to confuse you. It's easy. They'll yell at you. You'll get off. I'll make another video. I'm running out of time right now. I'll make another video on basic training and continue where I left off. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.